In the vast and diverse universe of DC Comics, where heroes and villains with extraordinary powers and abilities roam, one character stands out as a unique and complex antagonist, Anti-Fate, also known as Dr. Benjamin Stoner. Introduced in Dr. Fate Volume 1 No. 1, July 1987, Anti-Fate is a fascinating character with a rich history intertwined with the concept of fate and powerful magical artifacts. The character was created by J. M. DeMatteis and Keith Giffen. His creation added a layer of complexity to the world of Dr. Fate, a hero associated with powerful mystical artifacts. Dr. Benjamin Stoner's transformation into Anti-Fate is a cautionary tale about the corrupting influence of power, destiny, and the struggle between light and darkness. Dr. Benjamin Stoner was not always a malevolent force in the DC universe. He began his journey as an archaeologist with a passion for uncovering ancient mysteries. His life took a fateful turn when he stumbled upon the Helmet of Fate during one of his archaeological expeditions. This helmet was one of the most potent magical artifacts in the DC universe, granting its wearer incredible abilities and a connection to the mystical entity known as Nabu. Initially, Stoner's discovery of the helmet seemed like a stroke of good fortune. Little did he know that this encounter with destiny would set him on a dark and treacherous path. The Helmet of Fate was not merely a source of power, it was a test of character. As Dr. Benjamin Stoner donned the Helmet of Fate, he gained access to vast magical powers and knowledge. However, the immense power contained within the helmet had a corrupting influence on Stoner's psyche. It tapped into his innermost desires, fears, and ambitions, slowly twisting him into a malevolent sorcerer. The corruption was gradual but insidious, akin to the allure of forbidden knowledge. Stoner's obsession with the helmet's power grew, and he became increasingly detached from his humanity. This transformation from a curious archaeologist into a dark and formidable sorcerer is a testament to the recurring theme in literature and comics that absolute power can corrupt absolutely. As Stoner's descent into darkness continued, he adopted the name Anti-Fate to reflect his opposition to the true Dr. Fate, a hero who used the mystical artifacts for the cause of justice and order. This antagonistic relationship added depth to the character and set the stage for numerous clashes between the forces of good and evil. Anti-Fate's costume, appearance, and demeanor underwent a radical transformation. His once benevolent intentions were replaced by a desire for power and domination. The helmet, which initially symbolized his connection to the mystical, became a symbol of his corruption. Anti-Fate's visual design, featuring dark robes, eerie symbols, and a sinister aura, portrayed him as a formidable and intimidating adversary. Anti-Fate possesses a wide range of magical powers, making him a formidable opponent for any hero or group of heroes in the DC universe. Some of his notable abilities include 1. Mystical knowledge. Like Dr. Fate, Anti-Fate has access to extensive mystical knowledge, including spells, incantations, and rituals. This knowledge allows him to manipulate reality and harness the forces of magic. 2. Telekinesis. He can move objects with his mind, a power often used to attack or defend against his adversaries. 3. Energy projection. Anti-Fate can project powerful mystical energy blasts, which can cause significant damage to his opponents. 4. Mystical constructs. He can create solid constructs made of magical energy, often using them for offensive and defensive purposes. 5. Astral projection. Anti-Fate can project his consciousness into the astral plane, allowing him to travel through mystical realms and communicate with other beings on a spiritual level. 6. Immortality. As a wielder of the Helmet of Fate, Anti-Fate is effectively immortal and does not age. He can exist for centuries, making him a long-term threat to the DC universe. 7. Dimensional travel. He can access other dimensions and realms, providing him with additional resources and strategic advantages. These powers, combined with his relentless pursuit of power and control, make Anti-Fate a formidable antagonist capable of challenging some of the most powerful heroes in the DC universe. One of the central themes in the DC Comics narrative involving Anti-Fate is the ongoing conflict between him and Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate, often portrayed as a hero dedicated to upholding order and justice, serves as a counterbalance to Anti-Fate's malevolence and chaos. The clash between Dr. Fate and Anti-Fate is not merely a physical confrontation but a battle of philosophies and ideals. Dr. Fate seeks to use the helmet of fate for the betterment of the world and the protection of innocent lives. In contrast, Anti-Fate is driven by selfish ambition and a thirst for power, making him a force of destruction and chaos. This ideological conflict adds depth to their encounters, elevating them beyond mere battles of superhuman abilities. It underscores the ongoing struggle between good and evil, order and chaos, and the choices individuals make when granted incredible power. Anti-Fate's presence in the DC Universe has had a lasting impact on the mystical and magical aspects of the comic book world. His character has been featured in various storylines and crossover events, often serving as a formidable and unpredictable adversary. Additionally, Anti-Fate's story serves as a cautionary tale within the DC Comics canon. It reminds readers and characters alike of the dangers of unchecked power and the corrupting influence of absolute authority. It also explores the theme of destiny and how individuals can be shaped by the choices they make when faced with extraordinary circumstances. Like many characters in the ever-evolving world of comics, Anti-Fate's continuity and characterization have undergone changes over the years. Different writers and artists have explored various facets of his character, sometimes reimagining his backstory or motivations to fit the narrative of specific story arcs or crossover events. Despite these changes, Anti-Fate remains a compelling and enigmatic figure in the DC Universe, providing writers and readers with opportunities to delve into complex themes of power, destiny, and the battle between light and darkness.